Hi Logan, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. I want to thank you for coming to camp we're going to start and do your hitting evaluation now. We want to apologize for how late this is. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do when we do these hitting evals, Logan, is to kind of check your setup from the ground up. So I look at your feet and they look like they're parallel to home plate, which is exactly where they should be. That is really good. Let's see what you do when you stride here. Okay, so the first thing I notice when you stride, Logan, is that your front foot stops being closed and it's open, and your stance has gone from being parallel to also kind of being open a little bit. Okay, that's something you want to fight, buddy. You don't want to go from a nice parallel stance to an open stance. Okay, when you take a step like that, young man, you open up to your front hip. Even a little bit's going to cause you some problems down the road from a standpoint of hitting balls in the outer half of home plate. And having an open front hip that soon also is going to give you some issues with your front shoulder of that flying out too. So my recommendation would be to make sure that when you stride that foot is going down and it's going straight and it's square. We want that foot to look, just like your back foot does right now. Your back foot's pointed like this. Okay? We want your front foot to do the same thing and not have it open like it is right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out and see where your hands are here. Okay, you do a lot of movement. That's fine. I'm not a huge proponent of what you do with your stride. You do kind of a toe tap, and I used to throw batting practice, Logan, to a guy named Jeff Cirillo, who used to be a major league guy for the Mariners and Rockies, and he had some issues with that toe tap. It's complicated. Okay, so you want to make sure that whatever you're going to do in the batter's box, that it's simple and that it's repeatable. Most importantly, that you can do the same thing over and over again. Okay, that your foot's going to land, you're going to tap the same spot, and you're going to land in the same spot every swing. Because if that's changing from swing to swing, your ability to repeat what you're going to do with your hands and your hips and your everything else is going to be more difficult and more troublesome. So the rule of thumb is the simpler you can have your approach to hitting from a setup and from a swing standpoint, the better off you're going to be. Okay, so as we check your swing, your route you take from point A, from your setup to your contact point, we'll take a peek here, see what happens. Okay, so right there, your bat is already flat. Okay, and I think it's getting flat. Let's see. That's where it should be getting flat. From here to where it was in here should be more of a downward angle to that position. I can't draw that angle on the computer, but I hope you understand what I mean. We want our bat to start like an airplane. An airplane landing at the airport doesn't just drop out of the sky and land on the runway. It gradually starts coming down until it gets close to the runway, then it gets level and lands. Well, the same thing with hitting. We want our bat to start, above our head a little bit, and we start to drop those hands in a gradual descent to our contact area or our runway, and then we flatten out in the contact area so we can square the baseball up and hit line drives. So from this position on, you're money. I mean, that's a fantastic look from a hands and upper body standpoint. Okay, I think you might get there a tick too early though, from a standpoint of getting there a level a little too early. We want to. That's why you watch baseball on TV. You watch guys, on the on-deck circle, and they're taking their practice swings, or when they step out of the batter's box, take a practice swing. It's never level. It's never uphill. It's always downhill, because they understand that downhill equates to a short swing. Level from start to finish equates to a long swing, and uphill equates to even a longer swing. So that picture right there, buddy, that view right there, from the standpoint of your hands, is really good. Is also a very good look right here. Okay, that C right there you're making with your back leg, that's really good. But now we're going to go back to that front foot again. The fact that front foot is open is that's going to do is going to rob you of all the energy you created with your backside. Because you're what are you pushing against? You're not pushing against anything. If that front foot is where it's supposed to be and have it closed, now you're going to be able to create some resistance from your backside, your back leg, to your front leg. And when you create resistance from one to the other, energy travels up your body through your core and out to your hands, and obviously to your bat and to the ball. So to get the most out of what you have from a body standpoint, Logan, you got to keep that front foot closed. Everything else looks pretty darn good except for that front foot. Let's look at another swing and see what you do. Okay, so that front foot wants to open up every time. So one way to counteract that, Logan, is to either start with a little wider stance and do your toe tap, get rid of the toe tap and start with a wider stance, or take a little bigger stride after your toe tap. It's very hard to push back against your backside when you're that narrow. Okay, you look to be a pretty big kid, and this front foot probably should be more out in here someplace and closed. Okay, that way you can expect to be able to hold that front foot down, not let it, spin open or go, kind of peak up. You have the ability to resist against that, and that's going to give you more power. Hit more balls, a lot harder than you're doing right now, based on what you're doing there. We got one more swing here. Okay, your toe tap's the same. Your foot comes down, and it's still open. So, but your swing plane, golly, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. That's just, you can't have a better position at contact from a hand standpoint. And a head standpoint. Your eyes are down behind the barrel. That's really, really good, Logan. But we got to get that front foot. We got to get you wider. We got to get that front foot so it's closed. I'm not going to try to make up a bunch of other stuff that's wrong, because I don't see a bunch of other stuff that's wrong. Your finish is classic left-handed finish. But we got to get that front foot fixed, and we got to make sure that we are, not getting flat too soon. But other than that, keep up the good work. You're doing a good job. Just fix those couple of things. I hope this helped you a little bit, make you understand a little bit more about your swing. And I want to thank you and your parents for coming to ABC baseball camps, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. Thank you.